I am Eon, and it is Sunday, August 17th as I record this. I'm going to do this kind of backwards. Normally I do models last because it's my least in-demand video, but we're going to do it first, and we're going to kind of work around a little bit different this time. Let's go ahead and get started. First up, we have some releases from 3D Gob. 3D Gob has Seashell Mini Dragon and Egg. Bendy Buddies has added to their lineup Galactus from the Fantastic Four. Is he a little stretchy at the arms? I haven't seen that movie yet. Pokemon Frame Set Fan Art. This is both in STL and 3MF format. You get Pokemon Charmander frame, Squirtle frame, Bulbasaur frame. There's also a frame that's in there that's not here. They didn't show a render up, but it's just the frame. And then Pikachu frame. Bulkamancer has added a little bit more. Here's the Toy Rock. I'm not sure what this is from personally, but this is a August only release. In addition, Alex Gray has put out the sculpt of Death Incarnate. Very impressive model. And there are all the pieces that you would print to make this. A creator I've been trying to sneak into my videos for a while and haven't quite done it, but we're going to bite the bullet here. Capsule Chibi. Here we have the Kettenkrad and Songmina and Okarun. Flexi Town has added a couple more Flexis to the list with Flexi Pinocchio and Flexi Koopa Troopa. I did not realize they print quite so large, or maybe they just upscaled it. Gaz Minis has given us another preview, but I still don't see individual previews yet, so we'll keep watching for Monster Girls in August. Irnkman's Minis has put out this preview of list, and I had to go through and look up a couple myself. There's Will and Proto Carbuncle, and again, if they're in red, it means they're the Warlord exclusive tier, and yellow is another tier as well. This is the Dragon Ronin, and they had it down as DDD, but it's DD, right? Isn't that his name? I had forgotten the last time I recorded this. There's 12 for the, again, Warlord exclusive, and Kuwagamon. There's the Ojama Trio, and Naruto One-Tailed Cloak, Warlord exclusive. There's Minardi, and a Longsword Hunter wearing Nargacuga armor. I believe that is from Monster Hunter, but I could be wrong. I believe that's actually the Nargacuga. And I had to go look it up because I'm not that familiar with Digimon. I think these are Digimon. That's a Marine Angemon. That's what my Google searches told me. And apparently this is Toyagamon. Okay. Mighty Makers has given us a sneak peek of the Flexi Pattaya Dragon. Always cool to see how the base fits right along with the models. Will be cool to see this printed out. Nerikson showed us Fight of the Wolf. Let's look at a few more renders of this release. Rika the Gladiator. Her hair has like, what, 2 or 3 different types of braids? Lyneth the Death Domain Cleric. The Four Horsemen Death Bust, excuse me. Novac Dawn has put out Nal Barath, the Pale Gaze. So probably a fantasy release, but again, one model kind of done a little bit extra with. NS Miniatures has the Dunwich Horror. Notice Wilbur Watley comes in like 3 different sculpts. I guess does he become the Horror? I'm not sure. But there's the Horror. There's Wilbert Watley, I'm pretty sure on the left, Lavinia Watley in the middle, and Old Watley on the right. There's Wilbur in all his 3 different forms, Warren Rice, Henry Armitage, and Francis Morgan. Those names sound familiar to me. And the Necromonicon, as if, yeah, just kind of throwing that in there. 1-page rules. I don't normally put them into models video, but this diorama, Legendary HD Human Defense Force Epic Battle, is just an amazing diorama piece. So much detail, so many pieces going on here. This is the type of thing you print out, and you probably would spend a year painting it and putting it together. At least I would. I would probably spend 5 years putting it together and painting it, but it would be quite the journey. Parasite Collectibles has Ritterus, Knight of the Web Mother. His helmet kind of reminds me of Goblin Slayer a little bit, an anime, I think. And yeah, there's a couple of spiders. Are they pets, or I don't know. Polymind was, I think, recommended to me by a viewer, and I cannot find your name. I am so sorry. August Conan, we have August 15th. Pretty cool renders here. And then August 31st, we have Spider-Punk to look forward to. Always curious if I should put Primal Collectibles in here or not, and we're going to, because for the sake of inclusion. So we have Legacy of Blood, we have Theric Stormholt and Dareth. We have Celine Stormholt and Vorinth. Zakir and Thaleria Droswin. Here's Dr. Vortheim Rock, and that's Aaron. I suppose Aaron is the same guy that's up on that slab in the left. And then for the throwback pack, there's Kira and a barbarian family. Some Yetis, and Tarragon. Our Estudio on Tribes has this setup, again inspired by Outlander. I have never watched, and so I don't know the names of these characters to tell you. But even if you weren't looking for that, I think if you were doing like a piratey sort of thing, these characters would work very well for that type of setting. RPG Figures puts out 1 fantasy, 1 sci-fi a month. For the fantasy, you get a Myconid. And for the sci-fi, you get a TT5 Hunter robot. Sassy Cat 3D has put out Highland Spider Cow. Guess we're starting to get into spooky season, and no time like the present, right? And then the Dragon Tea Light, which I thought was pretty cool. I would probably not use real tea lights. I would probably use the battery-powered packs, but this is a really cool accent piece to put up on your wall. SolGood Studios has, starting from $1 tier, you can get a single model, and you can get a bust of this armored owlbear. There's the bust. And of course you get some stats as well, depending on the tier. Also, to give them a shout out, I'll try to put a link to it in the video if I can remember. They are launching a Kickstarter. It's just launched. I don't know if I'll get this video up in time, but they do have an early bird that you can take advantage of. I think it's around 35 and get like 40 some miniatures. SolGood does amazing work, so worth checking out. Stormborn Collectibles, for the throwback model, we're going to do the throwback first, is the Minotaur. For the August release, you get Malakar, Lord of the Death Realm. And I did him second because I wanted to show you a couple of their more detailed renders and angles of him. new to my videos, and again, I think this was recommended by a viewer whose name I cannot find, I will continue looking, is Tanuki Figures. And it took me a second to digest what they had. I believe this is their first release for August, which is Expedition 33 Nico. But I think it's also like a cross-promotion type deal, maybe. So if I'm wrong, someone correct me down below. But for their Legacy Bundle, or Throwback, for August, you get Pyramid Head from Silent Hill, not from Trench Crusade, Evelyn from League of Legends, and All Might from My Hero Academia. I'm actually interested in All Might there. Pretty cool. Toonz Factory has shown us the Flexi Frilled Neck Lizard sneak peek. This is just a render. Very articulated tail. And here he is actually printed. They show you what he looks like painted, and then what he looks like if you used a different multicolor to print. Pretty cool. And then a Flexi Monarch Butterfly we have been given a sneak peek of. TPK Lab has several different tiers depending on how you want to back, but they usually do a lot of busts, so we're going to include them in the models video. Belchior, the Charismatic Spy. Bethany, the Vigilant Bard, and I think it's really cool what they've done with her bust here. Like, it's not just the character as a bust, but she's got her hat on, and she's got that cool, mysterious musician look to her. Pretty cool. Here we have the Masked Crow Thief. And then if you don't want him masked, what he looks like without. And there is a mountaintop portal that comes as a terrain piece as well. So again, dependent on whether you back at the bronze tier for the miniatures, the silver tier for the busts, or even the gold tier for the piece of scenery, you can get various things from TPK Lab. Tri-Dimension Prince has shown us, hold on, what is it? How does it go? Red and yellow, kill a fellow. Whoa, okay, Flexi Coral Snake, not a king snake. This is a coral snake. Everybody be careful now. Look, it's coiling up. Okay, I don't know why we'd want to have this to play with. You don't want to make children used to this. Maybe it's a good way of telling people, hands off, it's venomous. Leave my Flexi snake alone. Yeah, okay. Pretty cool articulation, though. I'm curious to see how the files would print. Do you print the individual pieces and then snap them together, or do you actually print them all at once? Probably all at once, I would think. They also have a Flexi Jack Russell coming out as well. Vermillion Miniatures has put out Black Hand. Kind of sci-fi, kind of not. I think I'm going to put this in the sci-fi video as well, but pretty cool. Just, I don't know, almost a modern feel to them. VS3D has put out The Riddler as their Batman the Animated Series release for this month. Very nice looking figure. I'm really curious to see how that question mark, I think something just hit my roof. Here is Drogon, which is from Game of Thrones. He comes in a wall bust version as well. What's interesting is they have him in two different scales, so it's very interesting to see how he gets cut up for 130 or 160. Daenerys comes with a bust, and she gets cut up in a few different ways for her figure. I do believe these are August releases. So here we have Daenerys with Drogon. I was going to put her name on here, but I think most of us know who she is. I know who she is, so I can just say it, but yeah. Pretty cool model here. There's several more renders on their site, but I did not include them. Here from 1989, I believe was the year, Batman, directed by Tim Burton, we have Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne. You want to get nuts. He comes with several different heads and arm sculpts. So you can have whatever. Do you want really angry Bruce or just mildly annoyed Bruce? you get whichever one. And then on the other side of this, if you look closely, we have Bruce all dressed up as Batman. Of course, he's standing in front of his wall of toys, and if you look closely to the right, you'll notice that this piece is kind of a double diorama. Very cool effect, I thought. Well, folks, that is going to be it for August review number 2 in the realm of models. This is actually a pretty short video compared to what my others will probably be. But thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.